Hello friends, welcome back for some more Cult of Lovecraft, where we're playing Gloomhaven and its two DLCs. So a good point was brought up about going on to Barrow Layer, and that is information that typically you don't know going into it, but because we've played these before, we're using that past experience to better equip ourselves for the scenario. And that past experience, that knowledge is Barrow Layer, everyone's going to be cursed 3 times. All 4 of us will have 3 curses, except that there can only be 10. So that means, they'll be passed out. Everyone will get at least 2, and then 2 more will fall on to, maybe Tiag and Derby here. Or maybe it's just random, I'm not sure. So it might be in our best interest to head back to Gloomhaven. We can use this opportunity to purchase more gear, but also to head to Black Barrow, or Barrow Layer, with some blessings on our side. And I agree with that. Mostly, I would like to go back, maybe look at the gear again. But because we're going to go back to Gloomhaven, I figured I'd change up the plan and take a look at the... Right, these don't get updated until we get to Gloomhaven. Take a look at the first scenario for Jaws of the Lion with these 4. And I think I like that idea because we can kind of jump back and forth between Gloomhaven and Core and the Jaws of the Lion DLC scenarios. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to do one and then do another. We can do a couple and then come back to Jaws of the Lion. But I figure this might be a good thing to a good way to weave in the Jaws of the Lion campaign instead of playing out 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 scenarios and then remembering, oh yeah, we can go back to the DLC. Let's weave in the other campaign into the core. First, we're back in Gloomhaven, so let's have a city encounter. You get word from a contact that there's trouble brewing down in the east walls and decide to investigate. What you find is a large contingency of the city's Savas workforce, the best builders you'll find anywhere, in open rebellion against the construction managers, demanding better pay for the specialized work they perform. This city would be a lifeless pile of rocks without us, one of the Savas yells. It's time we see some of its prosperity. Now that means something to them, and maybe not as much to humans or other races, because Savas are rock sentient beings, right? Lifeless pile of rocks probably means quite the insult to a Savas. The manager on the other side of the argument looks like a captured mouse, not sure at all how to get out of the situation. We could talk to the Savas, appealing their sense of duty and community. We don't have any Savas with us, or talk to the managers and attempt to get better pay for the Savas. I mean, I'd like to go to the Savas, but let's get on the Savas' side. Let's do that. Let's see what pay we can get for the Savas. Cool. Well, we can get some prosperity out of it. I just can't give them more money, the manager pleads. After some persuasion, though, he seems to open up the negotiation. Workers and management meet halfway and everyone seems content. +1 prosperity, which is shown up here. And when we get this ticked all the way up to 4, then we'll increase the wealth of Gloomhaven altogether, which brings us more stuff for the merchant. It allows us to bring in new characters, new mercenary classes to a level equal to this wealth or the prosperity. So if it's wealth 3 and we have an opening, we can bring in a new mercenary at level 3. Cool. So we want to work on this. Another way to work on it is by going to the Temple of the Great Oak, and we can spend 10 gold each, or maybe just Asenath Weight Derby wants to spend 10 gold for a couple blessings. That gives them 2 blessings and 2 blesses in their modifier deck. And when we do that 10 times, this will be ticked up once more. So we can get up to 2 when this gets to 100. But this is one of Tiog's. Let's go here. This is Tiog's personal quest. Piety in all things. Donate 120 gold to the Sanctuary of the Great Oak. Let's do that for him for sure. So, Temple of the Great Oak, bless the Redguard. As for Asenath, Lavinia, and Kajia, I'm not sure if I want to spend it on for everyone. Let's first take a look at the merchant and what gear they might be able to purchase, and then I'll decide on if they're going to donate to the temple. Okay, so I've had some time to think, and Tiog is not going to purchase anything at the merchant. He doesn't really have the space to purchase anything that he has the money for anyway. Which is fine. We'll just use this for getting some blessings in the future. Asenath Weight Derby purchased up the winged shoes. I really like these for the scoundrel because she has a lot of big movements. So if she can make a big jump, that's pretty helpful. Lavinia also is not going to be able to purchase anything that I'd like to use for her. So what I'm going to do is go to the Temple of the Great Oak for Lavinia, and we'll spend some of that money there. That will be just going towards the wealth of Gloomhaven. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to see those blessings in combat. And finally, we picked up a minor stamina potion for Kajia. Right. I've also made a change to just 1 card each, picking up Blade Dance instead of Shield Spikes for Tiog. For Asenath, Sinister Opportunity, because we get a lot of darkness from Lavinia, so we'll be able to put that to use. With a band of 4 mercenaries, we'll be able to get some pretty good hits out of it, and it does not burn. Even if it was all 3 of them are adjacent to them, that's still an attack of 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. But if we can get everyone next to them, or even just 2, then that's another 4 or 6 added to that attack 3, which is pretty good. Of course, the move 3 and then force an enemy to move 1 is always very helpful for moving traps, or just putting them into the formation that we want. Typically, I like to use this for flanking strike kind of attacks, because then I can move up, make them stand adjacent to one of our allies, and then make that flanking attack. For Lavinia, Sap Warmth, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. In the DLC, in the Jaws of the Lion campaign, it allows everybody to make attacks against a poisoned enemy and then heal themselves 1. That's a great way of removing poison from themselves. Wounds, it's also just a pretty nice deal to be able to heal 1 anyway. And if you're attacking 3 enemies, then you get to heal 3. So that's pretty cool. The bottom ability being move 2, heal 3, target self and all allies within range 2. So really, Lavinia likes to be adjacent or very close to her allies in order for most of her abilities to work. we're dropping Freeze the Soul for this. And for Kajia, I really wanted to bring in Crackling Air because of this top ability. When you get it to work correctly with air, then you're making your attacks +2. And with Fire Orbs, that would be an attack 5, range 3, target 3. 4 is still pretty decent, but the only way to bring air is with Ride the Wind. So I'd have to burn this card and then burn this card and probably burn this one right after. So it's very chess-like with the Spellweaver. You really do want to know the next 2 turns in order to make her very powerful. Alright, well, since we're in Gloomhaven, like I said, let's go to Roadside Ambush. A local blacksmith's wife wants information on where he could be. Kill all enemies in all rooms. We're going to be facing Vermling Raiders. They're pretty nasty. They have things like wound and disarm, I believe, if I remember correctly. And Vermling Scouts will be able to make good short work of them. Right. So, onwards. And then an encounter? Is this always the case? I don't remember. I didn't think we took encounters, but I guess this is like the Jaws of the Lion encounters. Yeah, I think so. So you'll have this encounter, but you won't have a city encounter afterwards. You decide to spend your evening slumming it at the Brown Door, a dive bar in the old docks. Sitting in the back of the room, you see an old man hunched over a set of glass beads. Cheerfully invites you to sit at the table, happy for the company. He pours some beads into his fist, placing the rest carefully into his breast pocket. Care to guess how many beads I have in this hand? Get it right, and I'll make it worth your while. It's tougher than it looks. He laughs at what you assume to have been a joke, but before you've had a chance to guess, a voice whispers into your ear. It's always 3. When you turn to look, there's no one there. Well, go looking for the voice? No. Guess 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. We'll guess 3. We'll trust our unseen aid here. And that was a good choice. The old man opens his hand with dramatic flair and a smile. You hear them too, don't you? First one's tonight. He chuckles to himself and spends the rest of the night lost in a drink, but not before tossing you your winnings, 10 collective gold, which we will pass out something like that, because the scoundrel will always find a way to pocket gold faster.
A new day, and, while nursing a hell of a hangover, you drag yourselves out of bed to meet a local blacksmith's wife, Sandy, who has managed to somehow scrape enough money together to hire you to find her husband. You're not sure where the money came from, but no matter the source, it couldn't have come easy. Soon afterwards, you prepare to head out of the city to the Still River to investigate. True, Sandy was a little light on the payment, but you are one of the most well-known mercenary groups in this backwater dump of a town. Surely it can't hurt to take a charity case every once in a while. Getting good jobs is about maintaining a reputation after all, which is why you really need to get to the bottom of this and not return to the widow with nothing but the calluses on your feet. Also, you probably shouldn't call her a widow to her face. At least not until the fate of the blacksmith has been confirmed. Given, however, that none of those who disappeared have returned, the outlook is grim. Not long after you pass through one of Gloomhaven's many city gates, you notice movement up ahead and immediately draw your weapon. The sun has dipped low in the sky, reducing visibility, but you can clearly see some ramshackle wooden barricades blocking the road in front of you. And, sure enough, as you cautiously approach the scene, vermlings jump out from behind the obstructions, flashing crude swords and sharp sticks. You have to admit, you are quite tired from being up rather late in the inn yesterday, but still, these oversized rats certainly picked the wrong group of travelers to ambush today. This is your job after all, and you're always ready to show there's only one outcome for anyone who dares threaten you. Getting attacked by vermlings when all you wanted to do was stay in with a warm meal and a soft bed, well, it makes you mad. Mad enough to kill these mangy creatures before you collapse from exhaustion. Of course, the vermlings have other plans. They gibber about wanting your coin and the meat on your bones. Nasty things, really. Best to ignore their ranting and end this quickly.
Right, for the battle goals. Closer. Kill the last monster to die in this scenario, or professional. Use your equipped items a number of times +2. So how many items? 1, 2, 3, yeah. We just need to use all of them once. So it's your level +2, is that correct? Your level +2. We'll go professional. Derby, Asenath, wait, Derby, Hothead. Perform 2 actions with burn icons before the first rest, or Workhorse. Let's push for Workhorse. I want to see if I can do that. Gambler, kill a monster with disadvantage. Pincushion, be targeted by attacks from 3 or more monsters in the same round. I mean, probably neither. Kill a monster with an attack that has disadvantage. We'll go with Gambler, I guess. And Indigent. Loot no piles, or Hoarder, loot 5 or more. Oh! So do we want a lot of gold or no gold at all? I think she's going to be the tough one to get any loot, so let's go with this. Yeah. And let's enter the dungeon. Roadside ambush. Round 1. What are we up against here? We have 1, 2 normal raiders, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I see that bar back there, but there he is. 4 elites. We've got some, I guess that's nothing, we can walk through that, but then we've got some barricades here, some obstacles, and then 2 normal scouts. Where do we have to go? We've got a door back here that goes into a much larger room. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Round 1. We'll go first with Yogg. Swift strength, a little bit of movement and shield, and Desert Knight for an attack with disarm, targeting an enemy within 2 hexes. That is going to be this one. 1, 2, I'm not going to be able to reach this far. I'd really like to do that, but keeping any enemy from attacking is probably a decent choice. And if anything else comes close enough to make an attack, then he has some shield waiting. 68 for Watley. This is Watley. 68 Wicked Scratch. We can have him make that attack against the Raider, and Black Boon to move 2 and then move 2 again. I wanted to go late because he's going to be about here, and we can move him up again. So if maybe they've all gone, then he's at least a little bit further into the room. Or we can send him over here first right? Yeah, 1, 2, and then from here, 1, 2, make an attack there. We'll see who's going to be the one being attacked. One of these two. 86 special mixture to move 3 with poison, and then single out for an attack of 5. I think this one will have, even if Tiag moves away, then Watley will be standing next to this. So Asenath will be 1, 2, 3, laying some poison down, and then single out for a major attack. I'm hoping that's enough to kill it. I don't want this to be behind my front line. I want it to just be dead, right? And then 91, aid from the ether. Let's summon in that mystic ally very quickly. I don't know if I actually talked about this, but I brought in aid from the ether instead of the crackling air. And I forgot which one I dropped, of course. And then frost armor, I'm just going to use this for... okay. I guess I'm using this just in case. Yeah, there's really nothing else to use. So I'll use this as like a just in case to finish this off. But I'm hoping that it's dead anyway. Okay. Alright. Ranged attack all around. Yikes. And then they're not moving. And then they're going to create some traps for us. Let's see where they're going to be attacking, because he's going to be moving up to here. Even if he stays right back here, then this is still going to attack 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, as I said before, Gloomhaven finds a way to screw up your plans. But because they're all going before the rest of the 3 ladies at the end, then I won't be getting any attacks from anybody else. That would be a move of 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm getting 1 attack here. That's not that bad. And we're going to have shield too, so... well, shield 1, but shield as well. So we'll move up to here. Gain that shield. And we're going to stop this one from making the attack. But I'm also bringing in ice and darkness, which would be helpful for future... well, alright. For a future turn, either later in this turn or next turn. In this turn. Alright, I can handle that. Alright, they're going to be throwing a bunch of traps around here. That's not good for you. Now you have to walk around that. Oh. Wow. Wow. Yeah, what? Look how bad they screwed that. Why did you put it there? I guess it was like a random choice here or here, but man, that is just... Gloomhaven. Gah! Okay, I can't make that attack yet. And I'm not going to be able to move through this either. So I think what I'm going to do is just move out of the way. Yeah, let's move out of the way instead of moving up here so that she can stand up here and make that attack later. And now, who do I want to... This could be interesting to send her up to this hex first so that she makes the attack and then can do something else afterwards. I like that. I like that. Let's send her instead of sending him, because I want to clean... If we can kill this, then we can just walk around all these traps. Yeah. Confirm. And luckily she has those winged shoes now, so we can just jump around. But I've got a great idea about what to do here now, so skip the rest of that movement, and I'll have him make this attack here, because he has the ×2. Maybe we get lucky. So what was the... it looks like we don't get anything. There's no negative things here. What am I looking for? Oh. Oh. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Don't worry about that. And if that's the case, maybe I use my... that doesn't really get me any further, does it? So this is completely botched up. I'm not going to be able to make an attack anywhere. I'm not going to go run over here to make that attack. So what I'll do is just... yeah, let's just pick up the gold with her. Now, do I want to take one of those cards back immediately? I might, but I don't think I need it yet. There she goes, stealing the gold. So we're not going to even need this. And the Mystic Ally, there she is. It. This thing has a movement of 2, and surely we'll just step on a trap and find a way to die. Round 2. So Derby is up first at 4, flanking strike, that attack of 5, and smoke bomb for a pull. I'm going to pull this elite 1-2 over these 2 traps. That's 6 damage and then an attack of 5, because it'll be adjacent to Tiog here. That, if I just pull a 0, is 11 damage. So should be pretty close to dead, but things can go poorly, or things can go very, very far in our way too. So then 7, my goal is to take this out quickly. That means that the Mystic Ally is going to move up a little bit, because this will be pulled into here. That'll make it an attack at range 2 and an attack of 3 at range 2. And then Impaling Eruption and move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just start moving out into the room. But I don't think she's going to be in much trouble out here, because then at 15 we'll see Watley, Signs of the Void. We will send Tiog with a shield out here. If this elite is dead, then he can just walk out. If it's not, then he's gonna have to stand in this hex right there. But I'd rather this be dead, and then he moves out to here. And Close to the Abyss just for a movement of 2, probably. Then 32, Healing Sands, a move 3, and then all attacks targeting him will be at disadvantage, and Flaming Sickle to pull. So he'll stand around, well, here or here, and then be able to walk up and pull this one over that trap as well. Just start clearing some of these traps. Make sure that they're the ones stepping in it and not us. So yeah, they're not that bad of attacks. An attack 2, 3, and 3. Okay. Well, let's see this. I'm very excited about this one for Derby. So it was just the 0, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll end that turn there. Oh yeah. It's dead. So that means I'll run out here. Now, maybe I could stand here instead. I think I like this idea, because now Tiog is going to be able to run out here. So I mean, I could even just stand on this loot, but if I go here, I can make an attack against this to soften them up for the next attacks. I think I like that idea. Because this is only going to move 2, that's only 2, 2. None of them are going to be able to make attacks against us this round. Well, except for this one against Tiag. Because it will be here, and then this one can't stand there to make the attack. Right. Okay. And now which, I guess it doesn't matter. Yep, does not matter. So we'll just use ice for an attack 3 right there. Good hit. Good hit. End her turn. So we want to, you can see we're all bunched up here, moving through very methodically, one by one kind of a thing. We want to make sure that we have places for the ally to stand afterwards. Well, let's give a bit of help to our friend here, Tiag. Shield, and then move out to there. And in her case, it says kill, so let's move up and pick up that gold then. Yeah. Now, this is just going to move 1, 2, so let's not worry about that. And then we know we're not going to be able to get an attack from this one. So let's stand, let's see, maybe if I stand right here, 1, 2, that seems like a pretty good place to stand. It's kind of out of the way and we can go left or right afterwards. Skip the rest. It'll be attacking at disadvantage and we already have a shield. And we'll have another shield for my hide armor. We're doing really good work here. That one has to walk right through the trap that it put. What a dummy. And 0 damage for that. That's fantastic. And those pesky little things only have 3 health, so we should be able to take them out pretty easily. Round 3. So I'm going to go first at 6 with Tiag. Flame Shroud for a move 4, but more importantly the initiative, and grab some shield and Blinding Sickle to make sure that somebody doesn't move. Not sure where that's going to be, we'll see what their turns look like. 36, Grasp of Doom for a move of 3, and Lure of the Void to disarm another one. So now we have 2 controlled here. And we also have a good shield up front. I don't know where she's going to go again. Let's see what they're doing. 60, what I'm trying to do here is move everybody out of the way so that my Mystic ally can move up. So 60, Venom Shiv, and Quick Hands. I'm thinking maybe something moves over here. I can Quick Hands, move up 2, attack for 2, and then Venom Shiv to move away afterwards. We'll see. And then finally 80, as I was saying, I want everyone to be out of the way so that my Mystic ally can move up and hopefully something is within range. Reviving Ether for move of 4 with jump, and Freezing Nova to attack 2, targeting all adjacent enemies with Immobilize. Not sure if I'm actually going to use that. It's in the making. We'll see how that's going to work. And they're just going to loot and heal. Interesting. At 30. So it's not really the end of the world. The heal 3 kind of is annoying because this guy walked through his own trap and now he's going to be full again. And then this one is just going to be healing a little bit. So, well, do we want to stop somebody from moving still? Well, this is all useless now. So I'm just going to skip the movement. And I'll shield up only because it's going to give me a point, an experience. And I'll use this to make an attack against this one so it doesn't move. And it's also going to heal. Let's keep this one back here. Yeah, it's going to heal that off. It kind of sucks, but at least we don't have to deal with it for another turn. And then we'll have this disarm, but it will be for next round. So at least something's controlled for next round. Yeah, now they're really in my way. Huh. Well, who do we want to disarm for next round? And who are you going to be attacking? You're going to move up to here and then attack one of them. This one's number 7 and number 8, so it's going to make an attack of 7 again, or an attack against number 7, this scout. Let's move over. Or do I want to just disarm one to move it out of the way now? I don't think so. I want to keep this one from attacking. I think what I will do is have it just stay right where it is, actually. I think that'll be best. So, confirm. No attack from you. And we'll skip that movement. Then a move of 3. There's really nowhere for me to go. So I'll move out of the way at least. I'll just move over here. Yeah. So end your turn. Do I want to bring a card back? I don't think so. Okay, well, I mean, I could just take a step up, make an attack of 3 instead of an attack of 2. I like that idea more, so we'll just step up here. An attack of 3. Let's make it against this one. Alright, we've taken one more out. And I'm probably... I think I like the idea of bringing back Quick Hands because it's a move 2 and I can use that with this. Make that in a move 2. Attack 2, and then Thief's Knack for another follow-up attack 3. That might be a good, like, move up to here, make those attacks against this. So let's do that. Quick Hands. Because I still have Sinister Opportunity if I want to make a flanking attack. Yeah. End her turn. Mystic Ally, move up. And it's attacking something I wasn't expecting. I guess this one was going first. And I made that space open, so that's what happened. Now, maybe I make this attack and then I jump away. I think that sounds like the best idea now, doesn't it? Yuck. And she can't loot any gold or anything like that. I mean, see, the thing is I'd like to move her out of the way, but I also don't want to be attacked. I don't want her to be attacked. I could put her back here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 away instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we just go late, then she won't be attacked. So I'll do it that way. What's coming up for her? Fire Orbs and Ride the Wind. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'd like to just move out of the way, so let's just do that. Round 4. Chug is going up first at 10. Shield of the Desert. I don't think I'm going to use this. It depends on what attacks are incoming. But Twirling Stabs. So I'll make this attack first, and then I'll decide, do I need this because those two should be dead. You're disarmed. So it's basically one attack, maybe two, if this one can figure out a way to move all the way in. But I'm hopeful that that's not going to be the case. Then 59, sap warmth. Let's get this rolling so that we can start healing. I don't even think I need to heal right now. I'm just kind of doing it. Why not? And master influence, I'm thinking that we want to get another blessing out. We can get some more poison out. I mean, yeah, we're not going to need to heal from this, but getting some poisons out is going to be helpful anyway. Then 69, fire orbs ride the wind for Kajia. Looting and some pretty weak attacks here. But that means that this elite is just going to be able to shoot over that. So not moving at all. So we'll make this attack first. Come on, Tiag. Well done, sir. 3 gold, 3 gold, 3 gold, and 3 gold. I don't have any of my loot. Blinding sickle is right there. Oh, and flaming sickle is right there too. Okay. I'd like for him to pick up all of that loot. So I think what I'm going to do is just not move. Let's skip that movement altogether. And then what? Now let's go here. Yeah. And he's just going to pick up loot on this route, and then we'll have somebody pick up this loot. Attack of 3, get rid of 1. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't have moved away because then this doesn't work, but yeah. So you are now poisoned. And I guess I don't need to poison him again, right? We'll confirm the next 3 times. I don't know why you would want to skip that. I guess there's might be a reason for it. I don't know. And then we'll bless. You know, who do we want to bless? We're gonna see probably more attacks from Kajia. So let's wait. Clear targets. So we'll bless this, and it will give Kajia the blessing. There it is. No poison, but we're bringing in ice. I'm still happy with what we've got. Scoundrel's turn. We will do the thing that I was suggesting. We'll move up to here. We'll pick up this loot with her. Yep, skip. Make that attack. Oof. This is even better for 2 attacks against a poisoned enemy. Confirm target. Oh, to heal. Please. Ah. I just wish it would say heal. Like, why? What am I confirming here? Man, she is doing some good work. And there goes another one. I guess everyone's just gonna heal up. The only one that needs to heal is Tiag, but it's not even really that bad. She'll get an experience out of it once it's been used up completely, so. Another ×2. Wow. Okay. Unfortunately, you don't want to loot, because I've got this loot and I could just move up and pick up the loot, right? That's not the case. And I don't really know what else to do. She needs to take a long rest. I guess 1, 2, 3. She needs to take a long rest. Let's just go over here to move out of the way. And I'm not going to loot. Yeah, and she's going to need to take a long rest now. So shocking advance for round 5 and blade dance. It's plenty of movement. A movement of 3, and then an attack of 1 at range 3, a move 2, an attack of 1 at range 3. She's going to take that long rest. We need probably this suggestion for a move 3, curse, but I'm thinking this to put out another poison out here. Yep, Gift of the Void. So poison this, and then somebody adjacent to her can make an attack 3 at 4. So just move up. We can pick up some loot with her, I guess. Then long rest, throwing knives, and sinister opportunity. We'll just move up so that if it looks like it's going to attack Kazia or Kazaya, maybe it's Kazaya, then we can move up and take the hit instead, something like that. So it's going to go 50. We'll get close enough or go early enough with him that he'll be the target anyway. Okay. Well, this is unfortunate, right? And I'd love to just do this, but let's not. Actually, we could just move up and pick up a loot pile right there. We could. We will. But that means she's going to be the target, isn't she? Because she is closer, but 1, 2, 3, it's a tie, and she went earlier, so she is going to be the attack. It's just an attack of 3. Even a times 2 is not going to do enough. And actually, he's still going to be. I'm being just stupid right now, so we're going to move up to here. We'll skip the rest of that movement and then make these attacks. Skip that movement and another attack. They're weak attacks, but when you get fire and light, or at least just one of them, then you can start pulling enemies in towards you, and they get the +1 attack, and so it does work out pretty well. We're not gonna use any of that. And as for you, oh man, so she's going to be the one making the attack. That's okay. She's going to take a long rest anyway. So let's move up to here. We'll skip the rest. It is range 3, and that's plenty away. And then we'll use this here now. And we'll have Kazaya make the attack. We'll use the eagle eye goggles. Yes. Totally forgot about those. That was worth it. Take the 2 damage, but she'll be getting that 2 damage back immediately. I'm thinking of not. I'm not going to use my potion because she's going to take a long rest, and so is everybody else basically. The only one that's not is going to be Kazaya. Yeah. So we'll use this another time. Looky here. Nice. Wow. We are plowing through this first room here. Okay, well, we'll heal up for her. We need to choose a card. Let's go with Freezing Nova. I don't think I'm going to need that top attack, and the heal 4, we have other ways of healing. Yeah, so we'll burn that. Okay, round 6. We'll be taking long rests all around except for her. And we can just go early and make these attacks. So it can make an attack and then we can make an attack. And then we can start walking towards the door. That's kind of my thought here. Long rest. And we might as well just go somewhat early. So frost armor, and then go with like a reviving, impaling eruption for a move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't think I want her to be the one opening the door, though. So is that really necessary? We'll use it anyway. Okay. 77, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to... Well, if it pulled the time 0, the worst I can pull is a -2. And let's hope we don't do that. Oh, even if we pull a -2, it's still dead. Okay. And we'll use this to just walk up to the door. Cool. Okay. End her turn, and then we'll go through the motions on resting the other 3. Round 7, we'll be seeing Derby going first at 10 with throwing knives and Thief's Knack. And basically all she's doing is just using this for a move 2 and Thief's Knack to disarm an adjacent trap. This is for her personal, not a personal goal, the battle goal, where we need to get 13 experience. 2 experience is going to go a long way. And just to disarm a trap, yeah, it's kind of out of our way. We don't really need to do it, but 2 experience is going to be pretty good toward our workhorse. Then 14 is Tiag, Shocking Advance. Let's bring in Light and Healing Sands for a heal of 4. I realized I could have used the minor healing potion, but what the heck? Why not? Let's just heal up with Healing Sands. We can use this later. So 1, 2, 3 to here, and then heal up, bringing in Light. Then 15 is Watley, Signs of the Void. We're going to move up toward him with Grasp of Doom. So 1, 2, 3. That's a range 2 to where Tiag will be standing, and Signs of the Void to give him 1, 2. He's going to open the door with Signs of the Void. We'll give him a shield, and he'll be full health again. So that should be an okay thing to do. Then at 80, Reviving Ether for Kazia. A move 4 and Fire Orbs potentially for that big attack. Because in the next round I can go 7 with Mana Bolt to jump out of there after and ride the wind if I really need to jump far. So, right. It's going to take a couple turns for the ally to get up here. It's not going to be able to go this way, so I think it'll go this way, and then that's this round, next round, and then the round after that, and then the round after that. So what I might do is, if it looks like it's taking too long, I might just get rid of it altogether, bring it back with Reviving Ether, and then do it again. That's probably what I'm going to do anyway, because it's going to be another 2 more experience for doing it that way. Okay. So, yeah, just walk up here. We're also picking up loot. Pretty good. We'll disarm the trap. Cool. Walk up. And heal up. We just need to use one more item, and we're going to be using both. We're going to be using the hide armor for sure, and we just need to use this if we're not going to be using those at all. So we've got this in the bag. Ooh, we could also use her boots, which I totally forgot about, but I don't think I could have used it. And I'm not going to use it here either. We'll be able to move up further later. There they all are. So we have these weak things here. They're just gonna run up and loot. That's mighty kind of them. There's an elite back there, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 normals, an elite back here, elite back there, and here too. Okay, and then 2 elite. They're going to push and then make a ranged attack, so we don't have to worry about any attacks opening this door. That's pretty awesome. Do I want to use the stamina potion now for Grasp of Doom? No. That's kind of annoying. Now we're stuck in the doorway. Oh. Well done. Well done. Oh my god. This guy's coming in here too. So we don't even have to go in that room. We've got everything we need right here. And she is totally surrounded. So the Mystic Ally is going to be in next round. That's pretty helpful. I can jump out and just make this attack. But I do want to zoom in on this poor soul here. You almost made it. Wherever your destination might have been. We've got some loot back here. And back there too. It's just that one stack, right? Yeah. There's no treasure chest here. Right? Correct. So we have 3 stacks of loot back there. What are we going to do? I feel like it's probably a good thing to just try to kill them, right? So let's jump away. That should be far enough. Or do I want to maybe go here to make the attacks against all of them? Or I could jump maybe over here. Now let's keep it simple. I'm just going to jump to here. Yep. And I won't attack this one, I'll attack these 3. With Eagle Eye Goggles, of course, so they're basically dead. I wonder if I make the attack against them, because we're going to be able to kill all these very, very easily. Let's make the attack into here, and then I'll make the attack against those 2. They're furthest away. All right. Ah. Good. Wow, I pulled a lot of poor numbers there. -2. I have 3 of those are gone. Look at all these things up here. Okay. Well, that's good. We've killed 2 of them at least and did a couple damage to that one. Nope, we won't use the stamina potion yet. Round 8. Keziah. I'm probably saying her name differently every time now, I'm realizing. is going up first at 7 monobolt for the attack of 3. 2, actually. 2. Because I don't want to use either of these. I have a plan for both of those. And then Ride the Wind, probably just going to back away 1, like into the corner. I'm not really... She's just going to be, you know, making attacks. This thing's going to move up, make an attack here. If we can kill it, great. If not, then I've got plans for those. Then at 10, Tiog, Shield of the Desert. That's what I want to use both fire and light for against these two. That'll be an attack of 4, make it 5 with push and experience against both of those enemies. Flaming Sickle, I'm not going to be doing the push. I just wanted the extra attack. And Flaming Sickle is to potentially finish them off and then loot, also bringing in fire. So I'm hoping all 3 of them are dead at that point. 60 Smoke Bomb and Venom Shiv for Derby. And then 68 is Watley, Wicked Scratch, and Master Influence. I think I'll be using it for the bottom. So both of them will be dead. I'll be able to loot that, put out a Strengthen, and Master Influence. I think I'll be using this top ability before we start using those controlling abilities against the elites back in here. But basically what Master Influence is, if you don't know what it is, the first attack performed in each of your attack granting actions gains advantage, which is good by itself, and the target may consume any element to add +1 attack to it. In addition, when you grant monsters attacks, they use your attack modifier deck. So she's been putting in, I guess we've only put 1 curse in, but we can be putting multiple curses in the monster modifier deck. We don't want them to use it if we want them to make attacks against each other. That will be, they will be using her attack modifier deck when she's controlling their attacks. Pretty awesome card. The elites back here, again, or not the elites, the raiders, they're not moving, and they're making ranged attacks, but we're not going to be in range for any of those attacks. Then some hefty attacks for the scouts. Okay, well that one survived, but we can clean that up. Whoops. Let's back up ever so slightly. I guess I'll just back up to here. It doesn't matter if I go here or back here because it'll take 2 hexes to move to this hex anyway. So we'll just back all the way up. It's out of the way. We don't want her getting attacked. And I don't want to make this... I don't want to use those. As I said before, we'll make this attack. That's fine with me. It's going to be dead anyway. And they're going last. Good. So we don't have to worry about their attacks either. That is the end of her, so we'll need to take a rest with her. We'll make this attack first. This and this against you two. We can just skip the push. Well, they're both dead anyway. And then we can have this one suffer damage. And then we'll loot up 6 loot. Or 9 gold. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Times 3. There it is. We don't need that, so we'll end his turn. Of course, they're not going to be able to do anything, but this one will be able to walk up and make an attack. Not very scary. This one's still alive, which is a good thing because I wanted to run up to it, make an attack with Venom Shiv, get the experience. Good stuff there. Now she's in range of walking into this room next round. So we'll loot with her, with Watley. We will put a strengthen onto let's put it onto Derby. I think this might be the first or second time I actually got this to work really well. Master Influence to finish it up. Now 2, 4, 6 cards left, so I won't use my stamina potion. Four damage. Block one of them. So next round, 1, 2, it has a range of 2 and a movement of 2. So 1, 2 from here, 1, 2 to there. So it's not going to be able to make an attack for next round, but we do want it to enter that room pretty quickly. Round 9. Starting off at 16 with Tiog, Swift Strength, move 2 with a jump and shield 1. Probably, maybe I'll end up over here, but I can always just go here as well. We'll see. No, I think I want to go here. We'll make that jump. And then Blade Dance, we can make those attacks against this one, and then we can move away and make another attack. So from here, that's 1, 2, 3. Blade Dance will pull it up, and then we can move away and then make another attack against it, something like that. 33. Special Mixture. I don't want to walk too far away from this enemy here, the elite scout, because I want Derby to walk up 1, 2, 3, or maybe in the doorway, but I think I want to get into the room and single out this enemy there. 67, we have Black Boon for the move 2, maybe move 4 with her boots, and then move somebody else 2. And Lure of the Void for a disarm. We'll see who that could be. Just remembering here, actually, we could move 2 and then have this move up 2, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, and then a long rest. Range attacks from the elites, or from the raiders, and then there's one scout there going late. Hopefully we can just kill that one outright. So let's jump up over to here. What are they going to do first? Move and then attack. The attacks aren't that bad, but there's going to be a lot of them. So 1, 2, 3, they'll all certainly be able to attack. We do have shield, so we've got that going for us. And then of course, oh, I can use my potion. Yeah, we do have one shield. We've got the potion. We've got one more shield left in his hide armor and the iron helmet. Let's use that real quick. And then here for you to pull you in. Oh, crying out loud. I guess we gotta pull it sometimes. Then we'll pull this in, as I said. And I'm going to back up to there. Make another attack against this. That would have been better earlier, but hey, we'll take some damage. So I need to count this out. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So we want to leave the doorway open. So we'll step in all the way. Poison the elite scout. We're also strengthened, so this should be a pretty simple task. Good work. Oh man, that one didn't even move, but we're not taking any damage, so I'll let it slide. Okay, no damage so far. They're too far away. I want them to be coming to us, but then again, I guess they're closer to the loot. Okay, what are you gonna pull? Well, that worked out pretty well. I'm impressed. So we'll use this with our boots, and I can just go pick up that loot with her, I guess. Yeah. Oh, there's loot back there too. And the only person, I guess I'll send him in a little bit more. There. And we'll disarm you. And I'll bring you back. I'll put you right there. Yeah. Show you why here in a moment. Do I want to use this? Nope. Okay. Eat up that gold. I'm thinking ride the wind, but I really like that movement of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we can just get all the way in there. So let's drop... Yeah, we'll drop ride the wind. There's no experience gained from that, so I'll just drop it. And okay. Round 10. We've got that sandwich of very early and very late going again. But first is at 4, Derby, Flanking Strike, and Sinister Opportunity. I don't have Darkness, so I guess it won't matter. I'll use Flanking Strike so I get the experience. It'll be the same amount. This would be an attack of 3 plus 1 plus 2. So yeah, we'll use Flanking Strike. Sinister Opportunity just to walk up and make that attack. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was really excited about it, but I forgot about the Darkness. Maybe then, do we go really late because he's disarmed anyway? Let's do it that way. Yeah. So this way, we'll have Darkness available. We'll do that. Yeah. So going first at 6 is Tiog for the movement, but more importantly the initiative, and then Desert Knight to just disarm another enemy. Probably won't go too far. Maybe I'll step up to here and just disarm this one. Then 80 going late, reviving Ether. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the problem is that now, so maybe we go a little bit earlier with you. Yeah, let's do it that way. We'll go earlier with Quatley. Suggestion at 22. For that top ability, an enemy within range 4 can move 3 and attack 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this will walk over here, make an attack against this enemy. And then Gift of the Void, I'm just going to use this for a move 2, I think. Let's use Sap Warmth for the move 2. Then 80 reviving Ether. That way this hex is empty so that she can walk all the way up, and Frost Armor for an attack of 2 at range 3. Won't really do anything, but maybe these enemies are over here. I'm not holding my breath. And then 93, we know what we're gonna do. Okay, they're finally moving and then making a ranged or normal attacks here. So let's move. How far are you gonna go? 1, 2, 3. So if I do go here, then I'll be getting an attack from you. So maybe I'm gonna just walk up to here, disarm this one, and I'll just have an attack from that one. Or yeah, because if I can't walk all the way around. Oh, I can walk all the way around. So I can do this instead. Maybe I'll do this instead so that I can go pick up loot afterwards. We can still disarm you. Great. Now I could do it the other way around. But I think I like this idea more. We're going to be using ice for this. We don't need ice for anything else, so I really like this idea now. So I'm going to have this one be stunned by this. We'll consume ice, stun the acting enemy. This will walk over here, make an attack, and then become stunned. Perfect. And we can have it maybe go all the way back there. Make that attack. Of course, we'll use this with the darkness because we don't. Wait. Oh yeah, we don't care about the darkness anymore. No, and she's even walked away. So, or Tiaga's walked away even. So we'll use that. Good hit, thanks, buddy. And stunned. We'll use this to just further ourselves into the room. We're still adjacent to this, so it's not going to move, and we'll be able to make the attack with her later. Do I want a card? No, I don't. Let's go. So we've completely controlled this room. That's pretty nice. Oh, now you're in the... Well, okay. Fair enough. I still don't really... I mean, do I make an attack? I could walk all the way in and just punch it. What are our... I mean, we've got these, this, and this. I'm just gonna skip the attack because I want her to take the experience. And I can't make it all the way back here to do that attack. Okay. So I'll walk over to here. I'll make this attack flanking strike. I don't want to move you. No. Here you go. ×2, buddy. Well done. Round 11. So it's looking like long rest for you. You do have some incoming damage, but it's probably going to be split. As for you, Impaling Eruption, Monobolt for Kazaya. That way we can find a place to go and then Monobolt. Yep. For Huatli, Turn Out the Lights and Gift of the Void. Let's go 89. We'll see where everyone lands. And long rest for her. Okay. So we've got some wounds coming in, but the two that are going to get hit probably are going to be taking, or will be taking long rests. I don't think anybody else is going to be taking those hits. Alright. Now I don't want to... Oh, I can't reach them anyway. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not really. So I will use this. And I'll make just a normal attack here. And since you're going to take a long rest anyway, I'll use my Eagle Eye Goggles. ×2. Well done. And that'll do it. These range attacks are quite annoying because I like for them to be near me. Really? Yeah, I really don't like that. Why is she going earlier than him? It should be... Like, I really wish I could choose which one goes first on a tie. Yeah, because now we're going to have to drop a couple cards here. I'll drop Sinister Opportunity, which means I should probably drop something... I should probably drop this one, Thief's Knack. I don't think I'll be able to disarm another trap. Man, that's something that I find to be pretty frustrating in this game, because in digital, because I can't, there's no way for me to to say you go after. And from my understanding, it was always, this is the first player, so it goes before the second player. And maybe that's a bug and it just didn't work. So that's unfortunate. Nobody is within 3 away. I was really hoping for that. So let's walk over to here. Yep. Since you're going to take a long rest anyway, I will have you... Let's attack this one back here. At advantage. Well done. So she needs 4 more. I know I can get 2 from this. And then I just need 2 more. Well, I could get 1 from here, maybe 1 from that. So let's drop special mixture. I don't think I'll need that anymore. As for Tiag, I'll drop healing sands. I don't think I'll need the heal 4 at this point. Alright. Round 12. So we're going first with Derby at 4, flanking strike, but let's use smoke bomb to pull this in. I know I want to use it for the top, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be waiting for another... I don't think we're going to be able to finish in the next round is what I'm trying to get at here. So 6, Flame Shroud to go early, and Flaming Sickle to... You know, let's go Blinding Sickle. Maybe we'll be able to immobilize and control one more. But going over here with him and then just control you a little bit. Yep. And then long rest. Okay, so they're doing this crap again. I wish I would have gone for the pull. Ah, well. Yeah, well. Right next to an ally. Perfect. We'll make that attack. Pretty weak attack. It's going to be attacking her, but at disadvantage because it's not going to walk away before that ranged attack. And now over to here. And he's going to be picking up all this loot afterwards, eventually. And I guess this does not matter now, but I'll make the attack there. It's not going to move anyway, but... Okay. That's really stupid. That was actually poor placement. That's not how the game works. Come on. Good hit. And now we'll go through. Yeah, once again, she's supposed to go before her because she's player 3 and that's player 4. I don't know what's going on here now. Zaya's going up first in round 13. Monobolt and Impaling Eruption. I think just a normal attack here. We'll also see an attack from our ally. So this might be dead. I'm not sure. Then Shield of the Desert. I don't want it to die yet. Because I've got some other work I want to do, and I need some other experience. So maybe what I do is just go later. Let's go later, and maybe then it will be dead. I don't know. 10. For Tiog, Shield of the Desert for the movement and Desert Knight. So just disarm this one and then back up to this hex. I'm not going to use it for the shield, just wanted the default movement. 36 is Grasp of Doom for Whatley. For this attack and turn out the lights, I'm considering to have it do an attack first and then Grasp of Doom it with an attack 2, poison, wound, curse, and stun. That just looks like a lot of fun there. And at 60 is Derby, Venom Shiv for that extra point there. I need 3 more. 3! And then single out. I could probably kill them, honestly. I probably could. But I want to make sure that this one, that I get Workhorse. Yeah, it will give me 13 experience or more, but 13 experience is a pretty good deal. And then also a perk point. I will get Indigent. That's pretty easy. This one's not going to be able to work. I'm just not going to get disadvantaged. Or actually, if I make a ranged attack, and we've already done professional. All right. So it's going to push and then make a ranged attack. So let's make sure that you don't attack. And you're actually not even moving either, are you? No, of course not. Alright, well, we'll back up. We'll pick up this loot later with him. As for you, man, do I go for this? I think I do. Let's just go for it. I've got somebody else that I can make attacks with for the scoundrel, so let's have you attack back there. Don't even really worry about that at all. Yikes. Well, I want her to get experience too. End your turn. And, whoops, undo. I mean, I can't even make it over there. And there's no reason to do this. So, undo. I guess what I'll do is I'll just go pick up some loot. I guess. I could go back there, though. Forgot about that loot. But I'm picking up this loot. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I guess we're not getting that. If I pressed a little bit harder, I don't know. I still think it's difficult to get Workhorse for some of the classes. Scoundrel's not one of them. I think it's easy to get the Scoundrel, to get Workhorse for the Scoundrel. The problem is you need to be getting a point like every single round, or 2 points, at least a point every round, right? Because it is now round 13, so that a point per round would have been ideal. But even if I use Smoke Bomb, I wouldn't get the 2 points until after I made the attack. So, yeah. Unfortunately, now there's this loot sitting around and I can't go pick it up. So don't do anything. Skip and skip. I guess I shouldn't be disappointed, right? We did, after all, claim victory. It just would be nice to be able to get all of the perk points. Redguard doing the work. Wow. Scoundrel. Yeah, okay. 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 I can't. Oh, there we go. For some reason, there, it's working now. So I didn't get workhorse and I didn't get gambler. I knew I wasn't going to get gambler, and I knew indigent and professional, we already got those. But yeah, actually, I'm pretty impressed that the red guard did most of the work and not the scoundrel. Spellweaver did a ton of damage thanks to her her elemental ally. But 5, 5, 5. Well done. Lots of loot. And experience 5, 10, 9, and 7. Alright, back to Gloomhaven.
You wipe the blood of the last vermling from your face, and your thoughts return to the sleeping lion. Surely they've got a stew ready by now. It would be so perfectly warm and soothing, and it's right through that gate, so close you can already taste it. But then, another thought comes. It is highly unusual, brazen really, for a pack of vermlings to operate this close to the city. Could they be behind the string of disappearances? It's a long shot, but one worth investigating, especially considering this ambush site doesn't look like the base of their operations. There is probably a nest nearby that, with any luck, will have more information on the missing blacksmith. And treasure. Treasure would be nice.
Treasure would be nice. Oh, that's right. We left so much loot behind. Speaking of treasure, there were those 3 loot piles right next to Tiag at the end there. 8 more experience. There's a hole in the wall. And we've unlocked a city quest. Cool. Mighty of all things. Oh, and I forgot she needs to exhaust. Yeah, that's... I think the problem with some of these is that I forget that I need to do them. So that's one that she did not become exhausted. It would have been pretty easy to just run over some traps and become exhausted. That would have been a good way to do it. We were on our way, though, to becoming exhausted. Okay. Well, we've got a perk point available for Kazaya. And yeah. I can spend it on any one of these. These are always good, but I like to thin out. Remove 4? No. Let's do focus. Remove 1 minus 1 and replace it with a +1. Yeah. That just increases the chances of pulling a plus instead of a minus. I guess that's it. 31 gold, 23, 19, and 4. Cool. And then we have a hole in the wall available where there's more pesky vermlings and their pet snakes even. Before I forget, let's go to the Temple of the Great Oak, where we will definitely be blessing Tiag. And that might be it. And we'll also bless Lavinia. Why not? I'm looking at the gear that the merchant has, and I don't see anything that I want for her at this time. She can't really afford much either, so we might as well just pump it into the city. And with her Master Influence ability, maybe some of the monsters will be using those ×2s in our favor. We can always hope for that. As for Derby and Tiag, this money, let's maybe think about... Here, we can get a heater shield for Tiag. That sounds good. And as for Derby, with 23, I mean, the poison dagger could be helpful. And as for a head item, the eagle eye goggles would be really good. but she doesn't have the money for that yet. So I think what I'll do is have Derby also go to the temple, and we'll bless her as well, with the knowledge that the next episode, the next scenario, is going to be difficult. With 3 times 2 blessings already in our mixed into our modifier decks, that might be able to help us deal a lot of damage against the bandit commander at a faster rate. That's the hope anyway. Okay, well, that'll do it for this episode. Next time, let's face off Barrow Layer, the bandit commander. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like or a comment. If you're feeling ultra generous, you can follow the link in the description to buy me a coffee. With that, thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you next time.